Hey everyone, Scooby-Doo here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're actually going to be taking an inside look at the Empire room build. On my last video I actually kind of took you through and showed you some of the new items within the room. And today I wanted to talk more about the redesign and what I was going to be doing. So over here we have my life-size Darth Vader. And I'm still working on him. He is nowhere near complete. But I wanted to add Order 66 to this room, mainly because it's a really important part of the story, and also too, Revenge of the Sith is actually my favorite Star Wars movie. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to be making some room on this wall over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Star Wars poster over to where the Empire poster is, and then I'm going to move the Empire and join it up with the Return of the Jedi over there. Because I didn't want to just add more stuff. I mean, I'm still going to be adding stuff, but sometimes less is more, and when you're designing your room, you don't want to over clutter it. Because then it just, I don't know. So I'm trying to leave some open areas so people aren't like overwhelmed when they come into the room. So we're going to go ahead and move the posters, and by doing so as well, where I have two lightsabers by each poster, what I'm going to do is when I put the two together, I'm actually only going to have three. I'll have Vader's saber and then two other sabers on either side, which then will free up one Darth Vader saber, which I need to give to this guy right here. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
That's not really my best Darth Vader impression, but it is one nonetheless. So I'm going to go ahead and shift the posters around, and once that gets finished, then we're going to work on the upper marquee and the new box office, which is, which is right over there. All right, time to get to work. And this is actually work. This is the one thing I love, building displays and weathering and things that are more artistic. These things, when I'm just shifting posters, I have to measure, make sure they're level and the right distance apart. And this is kind of not the most funnest part to do when designing a room. I wish Darth Vader and Fett could just actually come to life and help me out. So let's go ahead and get started, and I shall return in just a little bit. Okay, so the first part is completed, which was to get the posters down and do the patchwork, and then we're going to be doing the painting, and I already remounted all of the hardware, which is actually quite simple but can be frustrating at times to make sure you get everything even and level. Definitely have yourself a leveler to make everything level. It's a real lifesaver for me. I didn't used to use one of these years ago, and oh my gosh, I got this at the 99-cent store. So always make sure you measure. I think what they say, you measure twice, cut once. Also too, just note that most rooms that I've encountered over the years when I've been doing interior design is that they're not always true, meaning either there's a minor slope to the ceiling or to the floor, and we're talking centimeters, but over a length of 20 or 30 feet, that's actually ends up being quite a bit. And you won't ever really notice it until you start lining up frames or shelving, and then you will actually encounter where you'll find the slope if you're doing the measuring from the ceiling. So still always measure that way, but then sometimes you will need to just use your eye to make sure everything looks correct. So I'm going to go ahead and let the patchwork dry, and then I'm going to do some painting, and then I'm going to hang everything up and then see what it looks like. Sorry if I sound out of breath. I just wanted to go ahead and show you all of the different lightsabers on with display. See, I had to work fast. That's an FX lightsaber, and most of the time an FX will stay on anywhere between a minute to a minute and a half, sometimes up to 2. These other Sabers that are still on, these are actually Black Series. These are the newer Black Series, and they'll generally stay on for about 10 minutes. So unless you mess around with the wiring or somehow actually hardwire them onto like a switch or something, you can't actually keep your room lit with the Sabers. I just wanted to show you the update. And again, we're going to start working on the box office and marquee next. All right, now onto the box office. You can see here, this is the old one from the M&M room. And I'm pretty much going to do the same kind of format or theme, but we're just going to change it to Star Wars. So I'm going to go ahead and take this down and switch out the sign, and we'll see what it looks like. And here's the new box office. Sorry for the reflection. So hopefully you can see that. Emperor Palpatine, he's got his force fingers there, sending out the tickets to the Empire Cinema, which is the official name of the Empire Room. So too, you can read some of the stuff up here. Galactic Empire, free. Mandalorians, free. Rebel scum, no admittance. Please pick up after yourself. Our Imperial ushers are on vacation. So I think it's a nice little touch to the room. And then on top, this is where I'm building another shelf. This is for the Order 66, which we'll take a look at in other videos. And now on to the marquee build and placement above the TV. Okay, this is the top part of the bridge. I actually had a bunch of holes drilled in it from some of the other items I used to have on there. So I went ahead and patched those and letting that dry. And then I'm going to give it a new coat of paint. Going to make it kind of look like outer space on top. And then I already actually started working on my 3D Deco Death Star 2. It's just like my first one. Did some black wash on it already and crudely did some black painting. And all I need to do with this now is take it apart. Well, I've already taken it apart, but I'm going to take apart this middle section, going to paint it black, put it back together. And then when we return, we will do some dry painting applications on this and actually make it look better than it does right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work, and we'll come back when it's finished. All right, so we got the top painted, put back together. I'm actually going to be adding a Empire logo to the center, and then putting in the LED lights for the marquee. Finished doing some of the painting on the Death Star. Sorry I couldn't be more detailed with it. Again, this is just the inside look of the Empire room build. This wasn't an individual video just talking about making a Death Star 2. All this will be lit up. Just also painted the inside there black so the lights will show up more. So the next step is to kind of clean things up, finish the LED lights, put in the marquee, and put it all back together, and we'll take a look, see what it looks like. Pardon the mess, but now we got the Death Star up and the marquee above the TV. So I have some wiring to do, and then I'm going to be doing a build on top of the shelf as well. This obviously isn't the completed video. This is again the behind the scenes look at the build. Get a closer look. I think I want to rearrange my Star Destroyers. And then also too, I started to do my prequels over here, which is where we started this video. And again, we'll be going through these different shells in the figures in later videos to come. So I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at the Empire build. Still have a lot of stuff to do. Also coming over the next couple months, the finishing up of the Darth Vader, the Fett, the R2-D2 life-size Yevon shelves, indoor moon shelves, Order 66, then going on to the Jurassic Park and Back to the Future again. So a lot of stuff, so stay tuned. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and I shall talk to you guys later.